the night is always gonna be here anyway. Yes, they call him the street.
Today we're diving into the 70s, a decade filled with legendary artists, timeless hits, and songs that shaped music history.
And woman, hear me roar in numbers too big to ignore.
But not every chart topper was a masterpiece. Some were strange, some were overly sentimental, and some were so downright bizarre that they became unforgettable for all the wrong reasons.
So, and I laughed till I cried.
From novelty tracks to dramatic ballads, these songs made people laugh, cringe, and still sing along. So here's the question. Which of these awesomely bad songs do you secretly love?
And the children play and receive.
Number 15. Playground in My Mind by Clint Holmes.
I'm in a playground in my mind where the...
If the 70s had a lullaby created in the middle of a dream you could not quite explain, this would be it.
So world gets me down and there's no love.
Playground in My Mind floats along with a soft melody and a childlike tone that feels innocent on the surface, but slightly eerie underneath. The real twist comes from the child's voice woven into the song.
I close my eyes and soon I find I'm in.
It is meant to feel warm and nostalgic, yet it creates an oddly unsettling atmosphere that sticks with you long after it ends. Listeners were divided, but they never forgot it. And from a dreamy playground, we move into something far more cheeky.
I wanna play with my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling.
Number 14. My Ding-a-Ling by Chuck Berry.
My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, I wanna play.
Yes, that Chuck Berry. A pioneer of rock and roll somehow scored his biggest hit with a novelty song packed with playful double meanings.
As a little bitty boy, my grandmother bought me a cute.
My Ding-a-Ling turns a simple concept into a full audience sing-along that leans heavily on humor. Recorded live, the crowd becomes part of the performance, laughing and shouting along as the joke unfolds.
Started me to grammar school. I found a place in the best.
It is silly, bold, and surprisingly effective. Even those who rolled their eyes could not ignore how catchy it was. From playful humor, we shift into something a little more unusual.
Singing and jinging a jing.
Number 13. Muskrat Love by Captain and Tennille.
Look out in Muskrat Land and they shimmy.
Some love songs are timeless. Others are about two muskrats falling in love under the moonlight. Muskrat Love takes a soft romantic approach and applies it to one of the most unexpected subjects imaginable.
Candlelight, doing the town and...
What really makes it stand out is the use of synthesizers to mimic animal sounds, creating a tone that feels both sincere and completely baffling.
Muskrat Susie, Muskrat Sam.
Critics were confused, but audiences embraced the odd charm and made it a hit. And just when you think things cannot get stranger, they absolutely do.
If there's an audience to be found, we'll be streaking it round.
Number 12, The Streak by Ray Stevens.
Yes, they call him the street. That's
The 70s had its share of strange trends, but streaking might be the most unforgettable. The Streak captures that moment perfectly.
He's just as proud as he can be of his anatomy.
Turning it into a fast-paced comedic song that plays like a chaotic news report. With exaggerated voices and rapid-fire humor, it feels more like a sketch than a traditional song.
Well, yes, they call him the street.
Yet somehow, that energy connected with listeners and sent it straight to the top of the charts. And if that level of chaos was not enough, the next song takes things in a completely different direction.
All of a sudden I begin to change. I was on the dance.
Number 11, Disco Duck by Rick Dees and his cast of idiots.
I'm the disco duck.
There are novelty songs, and then there is Disco Duck. Built around a cartoon-style voice layered over a danceable disco beat, this track sounds like a joke that somehow became a phenomenon.
Went to a party the other night.
Despite its absurd concept, it became a massive hit. The groove was undeniable, and the ridiculousness made it impossible to ignore. It is one of those songs you laugh at.
All the ladies were treating me right. Moving
right before you realize you are humming along. And believe it or not, we are only getting started, because next, things slow down and get a whole lot more serious.
Gonna keep me down again. Whoa.
Number 10, I Am Woman by Helen Reddy.
And woman, hear me roar in numbers too big to ignore.
Before empowerment anthems became a regular part of pop music, I Am Woman stood as a defining statement of its time. It carried a message of strength and independence that resonated deeply with listeners during a period of major cultural change.
Much to go back and pretend.
But musically, it takes a very gentle approach. The melody is steady, almost subdued, which led some critics to feel the delivery did not fully match the power of its message.
Heard it all before, and I've been down there on the floor. No.
Still, its impact was undeniable, and it became an anthem that outlived the decade. From Quiet Strength, we move into a song that says goodbye in the most emotional way possible.
Then the first snow came and she ran out to brush the snow away.
Number 9, Honey by Bobby Goldsboro.
Self, and I laughed till I cried.
Honey is one of those songs that leans all the way into emotion and never looks back. It tells the story of love and loss with such sincerity that it either brings tears to your eyes or pushes things a little too far into melodrama.
See the tree, how big it's grown, but friend, it hasn't been too long.
The lyrics focus on small, everyday memories, which makes the story feel personal, but also incredibly sentimental. For some listeners, it was deeply moving. For others, it felt almost like a parody of sadness.
I laughed at her and she got mad the first day that she planned.
Do you think this song is actually good? Comment yes if you agree. And from heartfelt sorrow, we step into a song that tries to deliver a serious message, but sounds surprisingly upbeat.
From where I stood, I saw she was crying.
Number 8, Billy Don't Be a Hero by Bo Donaldson and the Heywoods.
Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life.
At its core, this song carries an anti-war message, telling the story of a young soldier urged not to chase glory on the battlefield.
I looked across and there I saw Billy.
It is meant to be emotional and cautionary, reflecting the mood of the time. But the delivery creates a strange contrast. The upbeat tempo and bright harmonies make it sound almost cheerful, even as the story unfolds into tragedy.
And with her head upon his shoulder,
That disconnect made it both memorable and oddly confusing. And from mixed emotions, we move into a song that feels like pure emotion, distilled into its simplest form.
Laying down on my face.
Number 7, Feelings by Morris Albert.
Feelings of love.
Feelings takes a very simple idea and stretches it into one of the most recognizable ballads of the decade. With minimal lyrics and a soft arrangement, it leans entirely on mood and emotion. For some, it was heartfelt and relatable. For others, it felt overly dramatic and vague, almost like it was trying too hard to be deep.
Trying to forget my.
Over time, it became one of the most parodied songs of its era. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next.
Feelings of love.
And now, from simple emotions to a song that takes storytelling to a whole new level.
Never do, but I wish someone had to talk to.
Number 6, I've Never Been to Me by Charlene.
Ooh, I've been to Georgia and California.
I've Never Been to Me begins like a soft, reflective ballad with gentle vocals and a dreamy atmosphere.
You're a discontented mother and a
But as it unfolds, it shifts into something much more dramatic, especially with its spoken word section that completely changes the tone. The song explores themes of regret and self-reflection, but the delivery is so intense that it almost feels theatrical. That contrast is exactly what made it stand out when it was rediscovered years after its original release.
I've no doubt you dream about the things you.
And coming up next, things take a turn into something a little smoother and a lot more controversial.
I can see it in your eyes, I'm happy knowing.
Number 5, You're Having My Baby by Paul Anka.
Having my baby.
You're You're Having My Baby was intended as a heartfelt tribute, but it quickly became one of the most controversial love songs of the decade. With soft instrumentation and emotional delivery, Anka presents it as a sincere expression of gratitude and devotion. However, the lyrics sparked debate almost immediately.
What a lovely way of saying how much you love me.
Lines that were meant to sound appreciative came across as awkward or even uncomfortable to many listeners. That contrast between intention and reception gave the song a strange legacy.
I can see it. Your face is...
Despite the backlash, it still climbed the charts and became a major hit, proving that even the most divisive songs can find a massive audience. And from controversial romance, we move into something built entirely on storytelling.
Piggy Town. I says, Pigpen, this here's a rubber duck, and I'm about to put the hammer down.
Number 4, Convoy by C.W. McCall. Convoy is less of a traditional song and more of a rolling narrative set to music. Built around CB radio slang and a loose storyline, it drops listeners straight into the world of truckers communicating across highways.
It was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs.
The track leans heavily on spoken delivery, with colorful nicknames and coded language driving the story forward. At the time, it tapped directly into a nationwide fascination with CB culture, turning a niche trend into mainstream entertainment. It was unusual, unpredictable, and completely different from anything else on the radio, which is exactly why it stood out and became such a huge success.
A reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. We is heading for Bear on Iowa.
Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. And from the open road, we veer into something much more outrageous.
Skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to...
Number 3, Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks.
We had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hill...
Seasons in the Sun takes a simple farewell and stretches it into one of the most emotionally heavy songs of the decade. With gentle melodies and soft vocals, it sounds comforting at first, almost like a warm goodbye shared between friends.
Together we've climbed hills and trees.
But as the lyrics unfold, the tone becomes overwhelmingly sentimental. Each verse piles on more emotion, turning a heartfelt message into something that feels almost too dramatic. For some listeners, it was deeply touching. For others, it crossed into unintentional parody.
We've known each other since we were 9 or 10.
Still, its sincerity connected with millions, proving that even the most excessive emotion can become unforgettable. And from emotional overload, we move into something that sounds sweet on the surface, but raised plenty of eyebrows.
And we know the night is always gonna be here anyway.
Number 2, Afternoon Delight by Starland Vocal Band.
Afternoon delight.
Afternoon Delight arrives with bright harmonies and a breezy, feel-good sound that seems completely innocent at first listen. The smooth vocals and light arrangement give it the charm of a laid-back pop hit you might hear on a sunny afternoon.
My baby gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight.
But then, the lyrics sink in. What starts as cheerful quickly reveals itself to be far more suggestive than expected, creating a contrast that caught many listeners off guard. That mix of wholesome sound and not-so-subtle meaning is exactly what made it stand out.
Right while waiting till the middle of a cold, dark night. Wait.
It is catchy, slightly awkward, and impossible to ignore, whether you are laughing or reluctantly singing along. And now we arrive at the most unforgettable track on this list.
So while she lay there sleeping, I read the paper.
Number 1, Escape, the Piña Colada song by Rupert Holmes.
You like Piña Coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Escape begins like a smooth, laid-back, soft rock track, but quickly reveals itself to be something much more unusual. The song tells the story of a man answering a personal ad, only to discover that the mystery woman is actually his current partner.
I was tired of my lady. We'd been together too.
That twist gives the song a narrative hook that keeps listeners engaged from start to finish. It is clever, slightly absurd, and oddly charming all at once. Combined with its relaxed melody and memorable chorus, it became a defining hit of its time.
Like a worn-out recording.
It perfectly represents how the 70s could turn even the strangest ideas into something undeniably catchy. There you have it, 15 songs that prove the 70s were not just about legendary music, but also about bold risks and unforgettable oddities. These tracks blurred the line between good and bad, serious and silly, and somehow stayed with us decades later. Some made us laugh, some made us cringe, and some did both at the same time. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these songs do you secretly love? And which one do you think is the worst? If you enjoyed this countdown, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Retro Rewind.